I want to go through what isn't selling. I'm going to go by price range between 7 and 8 and go up incremental by 100,000. I'm going to show the percentage of what is selling right now, which is April 10th. So April 1st to April 10th. I'm going to talk a little bit about last month in March, what we saw, so it gives a better idea of what's going on. My feeling, there's some inventory is sitting on the market, and the reason why it's sitting is because it's priced too high. And I can talk about this till I turn into a monster almost. I keep saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it, and I'm going to try to change how I'm saying it because I'm really getting bored how I'm saying this. So I'm going to talk about also a story of a person that reached out to me some time ago that priced his home too high, and it's horrifying because that family based their price on what an agent has concrete said. Not a problem. I'll get that price. Don't worry about a thing. Well, it didn't turn out well. So I'll continue the story later on, but I want to give you a little breakdown of how my video is going to flow. So I want to look at right now the current inventory between 700 and 800,000 right now. I'm not going to, this isn't going to be a video to break down the listings and pictures and talk about things. I'm looking for why isn't in this range, right? I'll go back to March because that's the sales. Why isn't 38% of that product in that category selling? I know why, but I want to show my viewers, then we can have some discussions on that. So hopefully I don't take too long going through this. I think this will be a lengthy video. Let's just go. Some of these are new, so I'm not going to do it. Let's look at Conklin here. Again, this video is unscripted. There's no, I didn't pick any listings. I kind of just going randomly and see if I can find a couple things. Okay, one thing jumps out at me right away is 43 days. And when I put my head down, I see tenant. So you've heard me talk a lot about tenanted properties. With a LTB has really put a lot of fear out there for buyers buying these type of properties and hoping the tenants leave. We've had many issues where tenants just don't leave on closing date. Sorry, get a court order or get an order from the landlord tenant board, then we'll gladly leave and get executed by a sheriff, and that costs money and that takes time. So they don't leave, they stop paying rent, etc. So I'm not surprised at this. Let's just double check the price point on it. $749. Now, 724, I'm going to go to the history. That tells me everything I need to know. Okay, so it was a rental. So again, tenant was in there. So nothing really much in that can tell me about that other than 43 days on market. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to see this go next week, next week, next week, and next week. Let's just double check how it shows inside. Again, some show really well, some don't. Some people are putting up pictures of the vacant listing. And so you walk in the door and you go, oh, great, this looks great. Let's go show my client. And then you go, holy cow, wow, it's a bomb. And it's happened to me a few times this year. So, it doesn't show well. Let's just be honest. It doesn't show well. It shows like a tenanted property. Dated, needs some work, needs some painting, needs some light fixture changes. That's it. Property is going to sit. Let's go back to see another one. Let's go a little bit higher range in that 700, range on Conklin. Let's go up. Let's go mid-range now. Arch Brown. I already know it's overpriced. Looking at the price, I'm not seeing townhomes getting listed at 729,000. I'm going to double check something. 729, too much. I'm not seeing sales come on the market 729 unless it's got some size, unless it's got the right upgrades, the right floor plan. And looking at this square footage, it doesn't. Great street, but it doesn't. Let's just look at the address history on this. Okay, So this tells us the story, exactly what I'm looking for. Started off at 769. This is what I don't understand, is that why aren't we looking at sales? Why are some agents or even sellers thinking, well, I think it's worth this. I just feel it because I just know it. Well, that's not the case, folks. Okay, the market is going to give you what is based on sold properties in that area. So we got 19 days. Go back up. Then we got 35 days. And we're at 729. So at the 729 price point, it's still too high. I can tell you right now, I don't even need to look at the pictures, but inquiring minds want to know. So screw it. Let's take a fast view at it. It's small floor plan. Old coil stove. It's a small town. To me, whoops, let's get out of that. This is like 650 to 665 at best. So again, I know I get some people have a lot of emotional attachment to their properties and stuff like that, but the market doesn't care. The market's only going to care about what the recent solds are. And you have to react. Stop looking at active listings. Start looking at what's selling in your area. Use the active listings to see how you compare to the competition. Price is everything in this market. Okay, let's just move up a little bit more of a price point. So we got 729. Let's find something in the 740s. Okay. This is a detached country land. Let's go this one. 6 days on market. 739. Offer presentation April 14th. I knew right away by looking at please register offers by April 14th. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's see the size, 15 to 2,000 square feet. Let's just see how it looks before I make some judgments on this. Not a bad kitchen. I'm just going to flip through these pretty quickly. Nothing special to me. Needs some work, not finished basement. I want to see if they've had it listed before. No, hasn't been listed before. So it's not that big of a house. Okay, it's probably 1550. The garage coming out makes it look that much bigger. I don't think that they're going to get anything near the 8s. Doesn't show well. Let's find another one. Let's go to the higher ranges and kind of see. Let's do something. Corbett's. This is a north end. 23 days on market. 3 and 2, 3 up, 2 down. Probably an investor's property. It's close to the college. Let's see the history on it. That was a rental quite a bit, so we don't need that. Let's go back here. I know right away, even by looking at this house, it's not that appealing. It's going to need some work. Hard to tell by the pictures, right? But I can see those floors are rough shape. Pictures are terrible on this listing. I don't know if that's pink siding or is that just some reflection of the sun? I don't know, but it looks god awful. Deck is in bad shape. So again, here's going to be an overpriced property for sure. Being 23 days in the market, they're not near getting 749 for that property. Not even close. Well, I don't know the average square footage on it. Lots of bedrooms in there. Appeals to a investor who wants to rent rooms out, but that becomes a nightmare in my mind. Overpriced for sure. So we've gone through a couple different price ranges. Let's go looking in the higher ranges now a bit more. Athabasca. Here's one Athabasca. 29 days, 750. This is right at Essa and Athabasca. It's a busy corner in that area. Athabasca leads into lots of different subdivisions in that way, Columbia, etc. Let's just check the history before I make some comments, but I don't like the price point. So we started, and I'm going to get my calculator because the math isn't good. Why would we start at 789? Okay, way back, not that way back, in October. I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing a lot of overpricing in this market. And I don't know, well, I do know. I think it's more the agents that don't understand this marketplace. They are either giving these people false hope and saying, hey, I can get you that price to get the listing. I'm going to tell people, interview 3 or 4 people, okay? And if the one says, I can get you this and it's over the moon, scratch that person off the list. Unless they can give you and be transparent. What I'm trying to show you folks now is being transparent. This is what's active. This is what's sold. Why isn't this property sold? And we're going through these in detail. If they're not being that transparent, get rid of them. They got to be transparent to show you the data. The data will speak. The market is going to give you what the market feels is right. So we got 19 days. I'll stop chatting away. Now we got another 28 days. We're at 699. Okay, without even going any further, offers will be reviewed. Offers anytime. Oh, that was back in November. But to me, that's kind of a bullshit way, because anyone can pull up the history and go, well, you're at 789. You mean you're going to take $699, $90,000 less without anything? No, the seller has some expectations. Okay, we've got 47 days. Then we go back to canceling the $699 and going up 50 grand. The problem is this is all transparent, that any agents can see this information. So we got 76 days in the market. This is not a 749. I will not go through the pictures of it. Yes, it's a new build, and the floor plan's decent by looking at the square footage. I think that maybe 2 years old at best. Yeah, about that 2.5, 3. But it's nothing selling in the 749 range in a townhome today, unless it's over in urban towns where they got some big ones, better area over there, something newer. But I'm not seeing too many townhomes selling in this price point. Okay, let's do one more. I want to get out of the screen just so I don't get all lost. Let's go something close. Cloudy Court. Okay, well, another great one I picked. 789. We started off at 789. 6 days in the market. And by the way, nothing is sold in that court recently for that price. They bought it back in 2021 for $711,000, which was a peak in a sense. Right? It was, that was the COVID times. Okay, this is not a 789. I think it has a decent floor plan, but it's going to sit. I like the location, but the price, the valuation's off, folks. So what we're finding out of viewing 4 or 5 listings, we can really easily identify why they're not selling, and it all has to do with price. Okay, should I jump over to some solds and that? Okay, let's do it. Let's just keep the ranges and we'll go by the ranges. So let's just go unavailable. We've already know what the inventory is. Let's just see what has sold. No sold price 7,028. Oops. Okay. We're going April 1st till today, just to show. 13. So before I go any further, We know there's 60 to 75 listings. Currently, there's 13 that have sold. So 17% of the inventory is selling so far in April in that category. The other 83% isn't selling. Again, we're just 10 days into the month. So seeing a bit of price, reduction, not reductions, but holding off on offers, pricing it low, and the strategy 599, 778. These are market value. I'm not going through the pictures of it. Of course, they got that price because it was way underpriced to begin with. Piercy 649, 700 grand. That's kind of high for Piercy. I like the street, but these units are really small. I would have priced this at 599 to get more people. I'm shocked they got 7. Good for them. Cunningham 699, 710. This is a big townhouse, so I'm not surprised at that price point of 710. It sat in the market for 17 days. But good Art of Bluffs area, close to schools, great area, so I'm not surprised. Turcotte 699, 750. So you kind of see there's still some, lower pricing, 24 hours irrevocability. Not bad for a detached. Parkway 725, 718, 11 days in the market. Just 739, 735. So 2 days in the market. That's an active range. And if I go back to the March stats, in that range, 62% of the inventory is selling, 38% of the inventory is not. Folks, you got to price it right. Got to price it for today's market, not the future market or not the market that's back that we're used to seeing back in the COVID days. They're gone. Okay, let's go to the 8 to 9. Do the same exercise, but I'll kind of hopefully just pick one or two to speed things up. Active listings in the $800,000 to $900,000 range. We're going to pick 3 to go through. And you kind of see already price change, price change, price change. 3 price change on the first page. 4. This is Mapleton's on there. Nope. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's go Brighton by Georgian College, Georgia Drive area. 8 days in the market. Before we go any further, I want to do address history. Nope, hasn't been listed before. 8 days in the market. Okay, here's a hard sell. This is what it's telling me. 1 bedroom up and 3 down. Hard sell. And this is going to sit and sit and sit. If this is right, it's telling me that it's right. Primary bedroom in the main. The other 4 in the basement. Sorry. 3 in the basement. There's no way mom and dad are going to, again, probably an investor at one time has, there's up this ways. Yeah, it's a Georgia College field over here. This is within the college area. So again, probably a investor that bought it. Let's take a quick look at the pictures. Show's pretty good. I can't see that being investor home looking that nice. I like it. I like the openness of it. The 1 bedroom on the main floor is a killer. No one is buying, no family is buying that property at all. There's no way the kids are going in the basement or mom and dad. It's not happening. They've done some nice updates on it for sure. But the bedrooms in the basement just won't work. To see if this is owner occupied. It is. Wow. Okay. That's a big number for this type of house. I like the inside. I'm not a big fan of the location. Single car garage, maybe a car and a half garage. It's going to sit, folks. Okay. Let's go mid-range. Let's go to Alaskan Heights 8:45. 15 days in the market. Let's just double check. This is a newer area off Essa Road, Bear Creek Ridge. Not a bad area. Okay, well, here's a story. Back in 2022, they bought it in May for $979. Now we're at $845. This happens to a lot of people, folks, where they bought in that peak, and let me tell you, it was bananas. There's no backyards in these areas. They are tiny, tiny, tiny. This isn't that big of a home. It's vacant, no appliances. They probably never even moved into it. That subdivision, 90% was completed in 2022, and a bit last year they had some more building going on over there. So, and I want to go through the lot. This is a tough price at, Secret Mortgage Insurance Company, so it could be going power sale. It's a tough sell. It's lower 1,500 square feet. See when they bought it, and they probably in a variable rate product, and some people got hurt, and some people had to, leave the property, which is unfortunate. Mapleton, 67 days on market, 67 days, sorry. Hard sell. Mapleton's a really busy street, Holly area. I like the area. I don't like this street because it's busy. So we started it back in October for $880. This is not an $880. 87 days on market. And we got 67. So there's 150 some days with the numbers in there. That's not the right price. So again, you have to look at what's selling. I'm not going to go through the pictures, just more or less of this exercise is more to say, why isn't it selling? And we can see its price. Okay, let's do one more over in closer to the 9 range or a 9 range. Okay. Here, see, this is 89, 9 days on market. I don't know if this is, let's see the history on this. Jesus Christ. This is way back in the COVID days. It didn't sell at the peak. Well, right. Things already started to come down a little bit in that area. Good luck on that one. Let's just go see what it looks like. It's like a semi-detached. It's just linked at the garage in here. Location's good. North end of Barrie and off of Bayfield Street area. A lot of townhomes in that area as well. I think the price is high. It's got some size. Bedrooms are big. Finished basement. Nice big backyard. That's a maybe in my books. Got way back here. Let's see the lot on that. 146. Yeah. But it's not $900,000. I'll say that. There's no way. You can get it fully detached. Probably almost 2,000 square feet for that price in a better area. So we're seeing a trend. Okay, let's go over to solds. So in that 8 to 9 for March, 65% of the inventory was selling, 35% wasn't. It's due to price. So let's just take a look at what's selling in that range now. And I'll pick up my stats here. Right now, there's 7 properties that sold. 8.75% of the inventory is selling, and 91.25 isn't, but we're only 10 days into the month. Oh, shoot, I better make sure I'm unsold. Let's look at these ones and just look at days on market. We'll flip through them quickly. 4 days on market, but let's just do address history to see something. Again, they look like they dropped at $7.99, got $8.99. They bought it in 2022 for $9. They lost some money time you do your real estate fees, your land transfer fees, and you probably lost $60K. Not uncommon to see, folks. Brookwood, 849, 836, 15 days on market, address history. Okay, started way back at 919, 899, 899, and got the pricing right. It's a long time. This is back in August, folks, and it's sold in April. So again, it's the pricing thing that I want to really make sure that we're seeing. It wasn't priced right. 919, forget it. It's not happening. So stop looking at actives. Listed 849, 8 on Hamner, busy street, 66 days on market. Let's see if days on total days on market gives an idea, some history in the price. Terminated 899 back in January and then sold in March. Let's see. 13 days, okay. Won't go through everyone. Sun King, decent street. 849, 840, 15 days on market, 1,500 to 2,000. When we looked at the one on Piercy that was attached to the garage was priced at 899, and this has got 840. Let's just, and I'm going to double check the pictures on this because I want to compare it a bit to Piercy because I really believe the price is overpriced. Nothing there. Similar square footage as per average. This is a better area. Fully detached garage and a half. Just a lot detached in that area. Shows decent. A little different floor plan. I like it. And the price is right for that property. Shows well. They've done some updates. So good comparison with Percy. Let's just do one more. 849, 865, double car garage here at Monterey, great street in a short area. I like the area. 10 days on market. Let's just see if they got it right. Okay, no, never been listed. 24 hours on listing on irrevocability. That's a decent price. It's 15 to 2,000 square feet. So if you look at Percy with 899 and we got this for 865, and it's again the approximate square footage is the same, better area. So okay, let's go. 2.9 to $1 million. Hope I'm not boring everybody, but I really want to show something, and that's the kind of thing I kind of want to show. It's just the pricing and why I believe it's wrong in some areas and why I think we need to get it right for some people to help them. 62 active listings. I go to my cheat sheet and the solds on that for this month, April 1st to 10th, we've got 6.45% of the inventory selling, 93.54 isn't. Again, we're only 10 days into it. If we look on March, 50% of that product is selling, 50% isn't selling. So price. Again, let's just go through two to speed this up. Okay, let's just go Violet. We'll do 12 days on the market, 929. I don't mind the street. Southwest, I'm not the biggest fan of. Hasn't been listed before. It's bought back in 18. 2,500. Double car garage, but I just want to see what the inside looks like first before I make comments. I don't like the layout. It seems really tight and boxy to me. I think they're going to struggle with the price. Let's do one more. talked about this a couple times because I like the area on in a short area, Bay Shore area, Crimson. I always call it Crimson Ridge because I live in that street. Golden Meadow to Mulberry Court, 30 days of market. The problem is it's 2-1. So you're excluding a lot of families in a sense. So you're looking at usually probably someone that is a downsizer, an older couple. The property shows great. They did buy it at, I think, $1,050,000, $1,010,000 back in 2022. And it's 939 now. And we've got 30 days in the market. Folks, you're looking for a nice pocket. That's the pocket to be in. I like the listing. I know why it's not selling. That's all. It's a smaller piece of the market that's going to be an older demographic that's in a 2-story currently. It says we're done with stairs and wants a nice area. And this is beautifully done. It's just too bad it wasn't a 2-1. If this was a 3-1, this house would have been sold the first 4 days because it shows extremely well. But I like the upgrades. You just got to wait for that special buyer for it. These are all walking trails throughout. It's a great area. Okay. Should we do one more? No. Let's go over to solds in that range. So for March, as you know, 50% of the inventory isn't selling. But we're only going to do the first couple days. So, Eugenia, it's a nice street. East End, 899, 933. I like the street. Good size lot, 60 by 155. I think got a pool in the backyard. They weren't holding off 24 hours, irrevocable. When I saw the listing, it's a nice street. So mature. Pool in the backyard, which is nice. Home showed okay, a little dated in some areas, but that area kind of fetches some money. Older demographic live in that part of the community. They don't leave. Quick walk to downtown, waterfront area. Just a nice area in general. I mean, the home's nothing's fancy. It's decent, but the backyard's kind of nice, and it's the East End, so it's going to get some money. Big backyard. It's good. Nice landscaping. Nice trees. It's nice. Let's go through one more. 929, 915. Let's just see the history on it. Oh boy. This calculator one. So again, you're going to see it anyway. 34 days in the market. We started at 1,075,000 for that. So this is a pricing that's back in 2022. 35 days went to $1 million. Went to 968, 52 days, total 121 days in the market. Went to 950, 27 more days in the market, 148. 929, 10 days in the market and it sold. 158 days in the market. I don't get the pricing. The seller wasted so much time in attracting that buyer, wasted 158 days of mental agony and stress because the price was so far off. If you're not getting it, no matter, the first week is not a good guide to see what kind of, you're always going to get some attention at the first week. It's just normal. And then after it will get less and less. And then they'll go, well, let's go to O'Shaughnessy to see why they're at, $1 million. And when I get something over in a better area at a lot cheaper. So they use it as a decoy. Wow. They're not coming back after that. So again, look at the solds. Make sure you're getting the updates. What's actively selling every week from your agent. New inventory coming on the market. How do you compare? And open communication. A buddy of mine, we're talking the other day, and we're talking, and about the same kind of thing. And he said, and it made sense because I'm in the same predicament. He goes, I don't get a lot of listings because I'm just too honest. And I agree that he's honest, and we have the same approach, because I'm not going to go in there and bullshit someone about that I can get them this. Let's talk about that story that I started, and then we'll continue this. As I mentioned, someone reached out from my YouTube channel here in Barrie, and was not promised, I'm going to say, made to feel good that I can get that price. Not a problem. Go house shopping, go do it. Bought a house, firmed up on it. Price of property at that 1.2, nothing. And I ended up doing a video of the same kind of information that I'm going through now. And he's a subscriber. And I did this on the solds, and I went, Jesus, what the hell were they thinking? And I'm saying these facts not to really embarrass people, but to say, where is the common sense on the pricing, and where did he get it from? We talked for 2 hours on the phone last week, and I asked him, where did you get this information? Well, they put down just 3 pieces of paper, and they said, here's some comps in your area. Did anybody open up the computer and maybe show you exactly? And maybe you know your house better than anybody. You know your area better than anybody. I questioned what comparables they were showing them, because in that area, I didn't see too many 1.2 solds at all. If I did, they were backing on ravines, and they were 27 to 3,000 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 2 stories with a decent lot. So anyway, this guy and wife, went through, a traumatic time, because they made decisions based on what an agent, built their confidence up, and they made decisions based on that. They ended up getting hundreds of thousands of dollars less for their home. So it put them at a real financial, wrong position, we'll say, for that. So, there's a lot of new agents into this business that came in during the COVID time, because there was so much money to be made, but a lot of them don't know how to navigate a market, and don't really look at a market close enough. And when you're thinking of listing a home and buying a home, it's a big decision. I'm telling you, from hearing that story, it was just like, I felt so bad for that couple. And I'm not surprised, because I see a lot of those new agents coming in and can't navigate this kind of a market, and are not really understanding it, or not really looking closely at it. So when you're making a big decision like that, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, you do not ever want to go with someone that says, I can get you that, because they can't. We've gone through enough exercises now in the last 35, 40 minutes here, showing where some of these properties have taken triple days on market to sell. Pricing was wrong. So imagine if you're going out and you're thinking, I'm going to get 1.2 for my house, and go buy something firm, and you get a couple $100,000 less. You're going to be financially impacted. So just remember that. You got to make sure they're going through this exercise as I'm showing you what's in the area, what's selling, why isn't this selling, why is this selling so good. So enough about that. Okay, let's go to the $1 million range, which is the toughest range right now. For March, I know it so well because I cover so much of it. 19% of the product sold in March, and there was, I think there's 100 right now, 145 listings currently in Barrie right now. Price at $1 million and above. It's a lot. It's the greatest amount of inventory right now, and the pricing is so skewed over there. 146. One more came on. It's so skewed over there. It's unbelievable. What they're trying to ask for these properties. What we're seeing is triple days on market, a couple $100,000 less from when they lost all that valuable time. And then to the new extreme, we've seen stuff that has been priced properly and selling 5 and 6 days. So it's telling me there's some buyers there, but they're not going to, if your property's overpriced and their agents on top of things are going, this is way overpriced, let's not even bother looking at this. You just lost yourself. So that 19% that is selling in that range could be a lot higher if it was priced properly. So right now they sold 5 properties sold, 3.44%, 96% is sitting there, but that's only day 10 of April. So let's take a look at one, and we'll go for $1 million, and then we'll kind of go up a little bit more. We'll show two, and then we'll go to solds. So 5 days in the market. Let's just go address history, because I don't believe this is a $1 million property on Russell Hill. Let's see where it was. No surprise, surprise. We tried it for $1,049,000, 19 days in the market. Then we got another 5. So 24 days in the market. Don't know the square footage, which please make sure you put it in. I think it's very helpful for people who want to see the average. I like the South Painswick area. Nothing wrong with the street. This is not $1,050,000. Like the kitchen. This is the mid-9 range. This property needs to be really listed about $959,000. And then I don't think it's going to move off the shelf, but I think you'll get some better attention on it. Okay, enough of that one. So pricing's wrong. 24 days of market, out of town agent. Here's what I question, some of the pricing for the out of town agents. They come from the city and they're used to these, they're used to their community pricing. So when they come up to Barrie and they go, holy cow, this in, Aurora would sell for 1.2 or 1.3. Oh, $1 million, you'll get no problem for it. But they're not looking at the board. They're not looking at what is selling in the area. They're comparing it too much to what is selling down there, and you've got to compare it to the Barrie market. Okay, let's go up one a little bit more. Okay. Succession in a short area. I hate the corner lot. 21 days in market, $1,080,000. Bought it 2020 for $847,000. Hasn't been listed before. 2,500 square feet. Corner lot, not even close. We'll fastly go through the pictures. All side yard. Well, it's enough for me. We know that's going to be sitting for a while, folks. It's not $1,080,000. So again, pricing is off. And this is the most area, again, we know why it's not selling so fast because of the price points and people kind of, get qualified for it because of the mortgage amount, etc. But this is only 2,500 square feet. This is not $1,080,000. It's just not $1,080,000, not even close. So I do think that price range from $1 million and above in Barrie needs a correction on prices, because I'm seeing some stuff sell relatively okay and within decent time frames. But the other, for March, the other 81% is sitting there. That tells a story. Let's pick one more because I'm sure we're bored to death. Bishop. Okay, 1.1 basically. Out of town agent. Oh, offers will be reviewed April 3rd. Folks, I'm going to tell you. Okay. So the original price was $699. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that strategy. I'm glad this one came up. I didn't plan on that, but it's a great one to talk about. In these higher ranges, do not do this. Do not have a low price point strategy and hope to get $1 million, 1.1. Okay, because that's what this seller was hoping to get by pricing it $700,000. Was hoping to get this price point. So now we put it up there. It's never going to sell. It's not going to sell. 2 bedrooms up, 2 down. I don't know the approximate age. I don't know the approximate square footage. Raised bungalow. So stay away from this strategy, okay? I don't love the pictures because I can tell that he's taken them or she's taken them from her phone because they're not sized properly. So if I'm having a hard time navigating in the flow, like why would we take a picture of that? Why would we take a picture of this? This is the level of expertise that sometimes I'm seeing in the market a lot. And my mind, public's getting hurt by it. And I really don't care who I piss off. I could care less. I'm speaking the truth. I'm saying how I see it. Kitchen's okay, but it's a 2-and-2. This is never going to sell. So don't do that pricing strategy, folks. It's not going to work ever. Let's just do one more and call it a day. Okay, Snow White Crescent. 3 days in the market, triple cargo Raz, 1.149. Sold 2020 for $716.60. We had it for 1.2 back in March. Killed the listing and went to 1.149. And it's under 2,500 square feet. It's not happening. I don't even have to look at the pictures. I just know it's not happening. Like triple car garage, that's it. Color tones are off. It hates these browns. No granite, no quartz. Okay kitchen, but doesn't do much for me. You can get a decent price point for $965, maybe $985. Like the bathrooms, but overpriced if it's got every upgrade maybe imaginable, but within reason. It's got to be priced for the market. This is just not a market to be playing around with pricing and, well, I have a certain number in mind. No. If it's that, you're going to be sitting for a while. Folks, any questions, hey, reach out. Any information on the Barrie real estate market or want to book a call with me, give me a shout. Love to chat about the market, and leave a comment and follow for more information. Take care.